The Dauntless. So how did you actually do that? Recruit Davies asks as he's suddenly just outside the training room he'd been fetched from. The axiom did not move in any of the ways it's supposed to, and the effect did not come from you. No, it did not, Sir Philip responds amicably. So how? Proper preparation prevents piss-poor performance, young man, though please excuse the crudity of the saying, Sir Philip says. Now, please excuse me. Then the old human is simply gone. The effect that teleported him is clearly nowhere near where they are and outside of Sky's ability to sense. He's got to have a whole team based around helping him get around, he assumes before heading back into the training room. There's a slight cheer as he walks in, and he raises his claws to receive it all. Survived whatever the hell command had. I survived worse than that. My mother wanted to drag me out of the military. He admits, and there's some chuckles. He heads over to his old machine and waits for the man working on his chest on that machine now to finish his set. She a bitch? The guy pumping iron under him asks, after Sky helps him get the bar into place. She's controlling and wants what's best for me. So a bitch? Look, fuzzball. I don't say shit about your mom, don't slam mine. Sky chides the Lopin and he snorts. Fair enough, bug boy. The Lopin replies as he takes 2 plates off each side of the bar. Have at it, Tiny. You do know my claws can get right through your fur and skin, right? Sky notes as he gets down on the bench and goes right back to the exercises he was doing before he had been called to the Admiral. So what happened? The Lopin, Recruit Howell, asked. My mother found a way into a meeting with Admiral Cistern to try and get me out of the Undaunted, but since I'm here willingly, my showing up was just another way he could make my mother look like an idiot. No doubt he's doing something with her. Bo chicka wow? Recruit Howell asks, and Sky's grip slips as the very idea breaks his focus. The much larger alien reaches down and grabs the bar to set it back on the rungs. Sky just sits up and stares at the other recruit in disgust. What the hell is wrong with you? Hold on, I've got a list on me somewhere, Howell says, patting around his shorts as if searching for something. Everything, got it. Just get back to spotting me, you freak, I need to finish the set, he says, and there's a chuckle in return. So? Recruit Howell leads in as Sky grimaces while he finishes up the set. I've signed up to get the harder training in order to be a mental imprint for Lopin men moving forward. Cool. I'm going into code breaking and translation, Sky states as he pointedly doesn't mention Admiral Cistern mentioning officer training. Nothing is official yet after all. Really? You could be the man who leads the way for all Andinus in the Undaunted. Why not? Howell asks, and Sky considers even as he helps the bigger recruit put the additional plates onto the bar for him. I just don't think I would do that well with it. Besides, I have other ambitions. The mental imprint was interesting, but it's close enough that it's not going to take me too long in order to transfer my training over. Unlike Lopin, Andinus like myself generally move in the same way as humans. I only have to worry about having pincers instead of hands in my tail. But the tail isn't for balance and doesn't hurt my instincts, Sky replies. Fair enough, Howell says, and then goes down on the bench for his set. He gets through all of it and needs only a bit of help at the end as Sky uses a touch of axiom in order to help him put it back on its rungs. The workout routine is needed and useful. The mental imprint they had all gotten was a good primer for taking orders, basic weapon maintenance, and certainly taught resilience. But you needed a strong body to keep up with it all, and while axiom use wasn't against the rules, it wasn't encouraged either. So here they were in the gym getting their bodies to match up with their implanted memories. Also, there's the sheer sensation of raw physicality that a lot of soldiers have learned to appreciate. Still, all good things come to an end, and PT soon ends with drill right after. They knew the drill, but it was still needed because an implanted memory is not as powerful as a lived experience. There's always some level of doubt with the implanted memory until you live it yourself. So drill is to dispel those doubts so a soldier can move in formation, and with the unit without doubt slowing them down and possibly getting their fellows hurt. It takes Recruit Davies a little longer than the others to get his uniform on. Large blunt pincers are less dexterous than human fingers, but he still has the axiom, know how to get things done. His memories weren't overwritten, merely added to. All of Squad 5 fall into position. His place is third from the left, second row. It takes 10 minutes for all 8 recruit squads to rush together and wait for their officers. The man comes out. They weren't sure if he was the character from the movie, but Major Payne may as well be, especially considering he had specially designed non-lethal grenades and would mix in proper shrapnel weaponry in order to keep them all on their toes. The force of fear is flanked by 4 other flunkies that stalk through the formations at a damn near running clip, but still catch every errant detail out of place. Howl is forced to adjust his pants 3 times in order for his tail to be through the butt flaps in regulation style, because nothing less than perfect was enough for these men. Thankfully, they either missed what mistakes Recruit Davies made or he simply hadn't made any. He wasn't sure where the smart money actually was. The inspection lasts 5 minutes, and then Major Payne and his drill sergeants get them all moving. Rumor had it that at least 2 of the sergeants were Trets that had been so thoroughly broken by the training they lost all sense of identity and became the very things that haunted their nightmares. Again, the odds were even on that. Still, drill isn't hard. It's just about making the memories stick. And stick they do. Some of the soldiers struggle hard, though. The different body types really screw things up. Nagasha of any stripe cannot stomp, and Murega don't have arms, so they throw off things something fierce. And that's just the bigger standouts in the drill difficulty. Still, things get wrapped up fairly quickly and they're back in formations. All right, you turds have a general idea on how to move. Good. We will be repeating this exercise daily until I have lost my commission or I have grown bored in tormenting you sorry saps, neither of which will happen within the next 20,000 years. Now, on to your further training today. We're still rounding you pukes out. Squads 1 through 3, you are to head towards the target range and obey the commands of the instructor there, as if they had come from your mother, father, and God Almighty at the same time. 4 through 6 are to head to the Motorpool to acquaint yourselves with our fine assortment of vehicles. Operation and maintenance both. Squads 7 and 8 will have the pleasure of simulated combat. Agents Alpha and Omega have kindly volunteered their time to ensure that you have a full and proper understanding of the dangers of post-traumatic stress disorder. Firsthand, you will remain here and will avail yourself of the yellow-marked lockers. Prepare for an ass whoopin'. Fall out. As the 6 squads start moving, Major Payne starts barking again. Now, this simulation is about tactical awareness and avoidance of enemy fire. You are to find or make any and all cover you can and stay the fuck inside it. You will be required to move if you are to keep the cover between yourself and the absolute onslaught of paint rounds that are going to be homing in on you pukes. The very moment I finish this sentence, you are to consider yourselves under enemy fire and avail yourself of all equipment, training, and cover in order to ensure that not one speck of paint finds itself on your uniforms. Then there's a yelp as someone is instantly nailed by a paint round even as Recruit Davies leaves with his squad. Poor bastards! The yelps continue and is joined by panic shouting as Agents Alpha and Omega really start laying in on people. It's an important lesson. One his squad got 2 days prior. Your training, axiom use, skill, and physical strength means sweet fuck all of if you don't act fast. Think those maniacs will get a clean sweep? Howl asks him. Oh, probably. They did with us, Sky replies as his left pincer twitches a bit. The 2 highly trained soldiers had managed to paint a smiley face on one side and a frowny face on the other, both in fluorescent blue. That had just been embarrassing. Thankfully not painful, though. His carapace was certainly qualified to stand up to paintballs. It had also been a reminder that he knew plenty of swears in English, as those were the only things that he had been able to use properly in that humiliating experience. The training motor pool, like all trainee areas, is color-coded. It was to assist in mass learning and organization. Everyone goes to a specific color. This one has 6: blue, red, green, orange, yellow, and purple, in that order. They emerge from a door in the red section and find the instructors waiting for them. All right, recruits, welcome to the motor pool. During your time working with the Undaunted, you will have to be mobile, and while you will no doubt be quite capable of both marathons and the 100-meter dash by the time your basic is over, you will need some more oomph for longer distances and for faster times. For that, we need vehicles. By the time we're done today, I will have a good measurement of each and every one of you and where you need more practice when it comes to ground, air, and aquatic modes of transport. Spaceflight is its own separate training routine and will take a full week. This, however, can be knocked out in a couple of days at most, so you're with me until then. Any questions? Sky raises his right claw up. Recruit Davies, what part of my explanation was not clear? It was clear as crystal, sir. I merely wish to understand how you expect us to gain a full mechanic's license in just a couple of days. Sky states, and the leading training officer nods. You will not be receiving mechanical accreditation for this course. This is a quick rundown on basic maintenance and temporary field repairs, so that you can get the vehicles to a proper mechanic to service these machines. Is that clear? Sir? Yes, sir. Very good. Now, Squadron 4 is to head to the blue-marked area. Follow all written instructions. Squadron 5 is to head to the green-marked area of the motor pool, and Squadron 6 is to do the same in the yellow area. Are there any questions? Sir, no sir, the 3 squads bark out. Get to it then, soldiers. Double time. You will be moving to the next area in a clockwise manner in 90 minutes. Move, move, move. The lead officer barks out, and as the 3 squads move, so do the other trainers. The green area trainer beats them there and stands next to a stack of books. All right, soldiers. Here are your operation manuals for these ground vehicles. They are yours to keep and yours to adore. These are your holy tomes of insight and understanding for this section of the motor pool. These trucks are supply and ordnance transportation vehicles. They are rough, tough, and tumble, and easily modified to take a weapon mounted on the rear. Operation is simple, but not for the stupid. You will not be stupid with these machines. Like all other devices in this motor pool, disrespecting this equipment will at the very least earn you a reprimand, even if it does not inflict injuries or casualties on friendlies. Is this understood? Sir, yes, sir. They answer back as one. Good. Now grab your books and turn to page 3. I will show you the insides and outs of this lovely vehicle here.